What makes a quality vape? Hmm? What's that in your mind? Quality vape. Flavor, and I like vapor. I like a lot of vapor, and I don't like a cruddy flavor. A weak flavor's okay, but gotta have some vapor there. You gotta have something, some kind of flavor. I don't know what's in my pro tank right now. But it's not a bad flavor. I got no idea what that is. That's an alright vape. I think it's getting time to mod out my old MVP here. It's not that old. What is she, 7 months old? I got her up at 4.2 right now. I was trying to vape my Nautilus earlier, and I popped her all the way up to 5 volts. Still wasn't getting a good vape out of it. It's not bad. There's vapor there. There's flavor there. No idea what that is. It's on the sweet side. I think the old Pro Tank's been sitting around. Doesn't see a lot of use. I know I had re-wicked this and coiled it up with 32 gauge parallel coil in here. You think, well, maybe it's my MVP. Maybe the MVP just doesn't like it. Different devices vape differently. I've heard that. I've said it before, right? Let's see here. I don't know. Just something off with my MVP, it seems. Maybe I should go grab the spinner. I never use the damn spinner. Spinner's in the other room. I use it rarely. It's not bad. Change the lighting on the whole camera when I do that. That glare back there from the window. So I don't know. It's a good vape. It's a quality vape. It's better than an Ego with a CE5 or something on there. Right? What do I got this on? The smallest hole? Second to smallest hole? Rinse this out. And put my dragon fruit in there. I think I gotta replace the head again. It kind of tastes burnt. And the dragon fruit's not really coming out of there. I don't want to replace my head. I don't use the Nautilus that much, but I might. Is this a quality vape? I am highly enjoying the Helios. No, it's a clone. It says VHO there. I don't think the camera's going to pick that up. See those little dots? That's VHO right there. That's what it says. That is just too high of a quality vape, I guess. There is an over the bar, and this would qualify for over the bar because it's not something I'm going to vape all day. Is that a quality vape? That's pretty quality, yeah. But like I said, I think it's a little over the top. And I put some junk juice in the RSST. I love junk juice. Junk juice is great. I just poured out the rest of the junk juice just because. Nobody trying to vape stuff that tastes like rubber. That's a pretty good vape out of the RSST. Other than the flavor. But the vapor's there. And I found after 20 years of smoking that even when the juice is junky, I can take it for quite a while. It's not a cigarette, right? That tastes like crap. If you vape for a while, go back and try one. You'll see what I mean. The iClear 30B. I love when she pops. We got there's a little bit of apple cider in there and some fruit, some grape in there. That, in my mind, right there, is a quality vape. It's not over the top. It's not super vapey. And it's got enough flavor there. It's good flavor in there. Smooth yet satisfying. That's what a quality vape is. Does it satisfy you? Does it meet your needs? That's pretty good. I'm only just 6 milligram. Other than the berry flavor. The berry flavor I think is a little more. But that's a good vape. I like that. I do. I like that a lot. That's always my backup device right there. It's been wicked for over a month. It's not burning. Not flooding. K-Fun. K-Fun Light Plus Clone from EH Pro, to be exact. This is my number one recommend all. If you don't mind building your own coils and wicking it up, that's it right there. And what's living in here is that parallel coil. And I took the little pebble out of the dragon's mouth there. Took the Dremel to it. Get it opened up a little bit. So this is by far my favorite everyday vape right now. And got the peach juice living in here right now. And that is satisfying too. So, my iClear 30B and my K-Fun Light Plus clone are my two let's go to town vapes. And I can set that down. I can set everything down except for my dripper and my RSST. And my RSST wicked a little funny, so it likes to drip if I tip it over. Yeah, guys, what's a quality vape to you? It just needs to be satisfying, right? Is it satisfying to take out a Cardo? Do I got a Cardo laying around here? I'm sure I do. I got all sorts of weird junk out everywhere. I might even have a whole tank assembled yet. Let's see. I might. Let's see. I got my big tank. Big tank, I noticed, I know there's a Chinese tank or something, but the chrome is flaking off a bit in there. Let's see here. Got the Vivi Nova. I don't know why you'd want to vape a Vivi Nova. I got a Cardo tank. There's no juice in it. Should we, for the hell of it? What juice do we want to just waste on a Cardo tank? Just looking on the inside. It's like my bit a little fuzzy in there for my cotton. Let's see here. Haven't had to take one of these apart for a while. It's a little stiff. Let's see here. You want to vape this? What should we put in here? Let's put the last bit of this grapey madness, whatever the hell, in here. Not usually how I used to fill my Cardo tanks. I'd pop that chrome top off there. Pop that chrome top off instead of just putting it down a little bit. But for the sake of we're already doing this, let's pop a tip on here from the iClear 30, and we'll make sure that Cardo's sitting in there right. And let's prime her up. Oh, she's a bubbling mad. Gotta get that cotton full, you know, Cardo tank. Dual coils in there. And one sits higher than the other. Are we full yet? No, not yet. It's easy to tell. I got purple juice in here. So, that cotton right there should be purple by the time it's full. Almost takes a whole tank of juice. Just to fill it up. Not purple yet. Longer than I wanted this to go, but hey, it is what it is. Let's see. This is how I usually fill them up. Usually. I haven't really played with these for quite a while. Alright, we'll set the grip tip down so we don't drop it somewhere. Now, I'm almost guaranteed when I fill it this way, those O-rings are stiff from sitting there for so long. And my tank is cracked. I don't know what juice cracked it, but the tank is cracked. Just a little FYI. You see that? Took the chrome top off there. See? And just drip it down the side. Problem with that is, when I go to put the top back on, it's going to push all that juice into my Cardo, which isn't too big of a problem. Put the top back on, and that juice is just going to go bloop down and on my thumb. And it's still not full. How do you know it's not full? Well, it's gurgling, but cotton at the top ain't wet. I like cotton all the way to the top wet. Still ain't wet. Wow. Forget what company. I got these Cardos from. I still got a couple of new ones. Well, at least one new one. One new one still in the baggie. I don't use them. Thinking about getting rid of them. Somebody will use them, right? Let's pop her on the mod. I can't remember the last time I had a Cardo on a mod. Is that satisfying? That was fine when I started out vaping. but the flavor is severely, severely muted in a cardo tank. The vapor's not bad. I can live with that amount of vapor. That's alright. But unless you double your flavor strength, you barely taste that flavor, no matter what it is you put in there. Yeah, that's a cardo tank. It's not too bad. I'll probably end up dragging this cardo around with me the rest of the day so I can just vape the juice out of it. It's not bad vapor, but the flavor's not there. The flavor's just not there. Look really funny if I put one of those blank cardos in there with my old ego cone. I still have my old ego cone. Don't know why. Sorry, flash the camera. Wow. But it's a good vape. Cardo tank's a good vape, depending on where you get your cardos. If you got a single cardo or a dual coil cardo, it can be an alright vape, but it's not that flavorful. Almost like putting plain juice in there. For that, before I even got it inhaled, I could taste the peach. And do that on a cardo. Put it on my MVP. Different things vape differently. What are we set at? 4.2 still? What do you think on a cardo tank? It's alright, but there's literally no flavor there. And I know what that's supposed to taste like. And I know what it's supposed to hit like, too. There's virtually no throat hit here. And the flavor is just muted beyond belief. Whereas we take iClear 30B, re-wicked with cotton. It's not the stock wicking in there, but it's the stock coils in there, and that gives off great flavor. So choose your devices. A Pro Tank, find a regular version, one Pro Tank. You can't take it really apart and clean it. You can only take the bottom off. But as I've told you before, I don't take my stuff apart that often to clean it. I'll just keep filling it up with whatever and keep on vaping it until something burns or tastes funny. And then I still don't clean it. I just empty out whatever juice is in there, if any, and recoil it or re-wick it or whatever. I don't like cleaning my devices. Why would I want to clean it? What's the point of that? I'm just going to fill it back up with some juice. You want to change flavors? Well, that's fine. Vape out what the heck you got in there. You don't like what you got in there? Dump out what you got in there. And then fill it back up. I do like the Pro Tank. Pro Tank was my go-all for a long time. I got plenty of heads and everything else re-wicked up in there. And it's a good vape. It's a good vape. Quality? Yeah. Mine's re-wicked, of course, but stock, they're pretty good. Not bad. I find them a little overwicked. So primer pulls become necessary until it gets about halfway down. And once it gets halfway down, after that, it's good for a little while, and then it starts flooding. Just the different pressures in the tank. And iClear 30B ain't gonna fire on that. You know why? I know why. I've had my MVP a long time. Gotta take that ring off. Take that ring off because it stops it from screwing down far enough. I can put a beauty ring on there. If I put a beauty ring on there, it's fine. But there's another one for you. Make sure, you know, your devices. See, that doesn't protrude out. We're going to use protrude again? Okay, that'll be our word today. Protrude. We've used that before. I know we have. When this is brand new, when you put that head in there, it does stick out a little bit. But after putting it down on your devices a few times, it'll kind of go in and stay in there a little bit. No big deal for me. I don't really care much how this stuff looks. You know, yeah, I like my dragon head. That's just cool. Come on, the dragon head. Really? You gotta love the dragon. Look at that. Took the pebble out of his mouth. He's wide open now. He ain't gonna spit no fire out of there. But he doesn't do that double anymore because the pebble's gone. He does the, which is sick as tits, right, Rip? All right. Peach flavor is awesome. Recommendations: iClear 30B. If you just want a walking around tank to vape on all day, and you don't want to fiddle with it, you don't want to re-wick, you don't want to recoil, you just want to screw in another head and go. Loving the iClear 30B. The Nautilus is good, but fiddly. What do I mean by that? I can never find a perfect airflow setting for this thing. Ever. You get a dry hit, you take it down a little bit, notch it down to the next, let's see here. Notch it down to the next smaller air hole or farther. We'll just pop her apart real quick here. Put the other wick in. What the hell? Put the other head in, I should say. Not the other wick. I do have some of these re-wicked with micro coils. We just spilled all our juice out. No problem. But that's why you're supposed to take the drip tip off, fool. That way it sits flush when you do that. Anywho. Give me 1 second here. Wipe that up. Nobody likes juice all over their table. Not even the guy doing the video. So, you get your Aspire Nautilus head there. That's all it is. Just like the... they're not identical, but I'm just saying. They're all kind of the same. They pull out of the bottom. Just like this. The head sits down in there in the Nautilus. Just like the iClear 30B is at the bottom of the base. Just like the Pro tanks. And there you have it. It's back in there. However, now, my tank's half empty. I spilled it everywhere. So, these are really easy to fill up though. The Nautilus is super easy to fill up. Doesn't really matter what kind of bottle you got. If you got a dripper, doesn't really matter. And then you just screw it back down. And then you gotta let it sit. Well, I don't like to let anything sit. You know that. Where's the drip tip? Where's that thing? I'll put it in the right way. I'm all juiced up now. And got our air hole over here. Let's spend more time priming stuff on this video than anything else, huh? Are we done bubbling now? Pretty much. Do you think those wicks are wet enough? Do ya? Let's pop her on the MVP here. The MVP doesn't like all my devices. I don't know why. That's how Nautilus vapes out of the box. Flavor's a little I don't know why. It's good vape. I still prefer the High Clear 30B. It's a good vape, but it's not as satisfying. And the flavor's a little Sometimes it's good on there. Depends on the flavor, I guess. Flavor is subjective. Everything tastes different to everybody. Chicken might taste like tuna to you. Yeah, I can do those. Little mouth hits. It's good stuff. Just want to do a little, what's that? Who's that? You ever have the problem of, not if you're a new vapor, but I got juices. I got some juices laying around, and I got empty bottles laying around. I'll put the empty bottles that I pulled out of my box, and I'm going to put them in the recycle bin. But I got unmarked bottles. What's that? I don't know. I got no marking on there. You smell it. Something fruity. That's it. That's all I get out of that. Same with this. I got a blue bottle here. It's full of fluid. It's full. And it's not even really a scent coming out of there. Sweet, but I don't know. No idea. Yeah, I'll end up vaping it eventually. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. What do you got? What's a quality vape to you? I just need it to be satisfying. That's satisfying. I can throw that in my pocket. It's got the 3-click on, 3-click off. Click it, throw it in my pocket, away I go. That's a little bit more cumbersome to take anywhere. I don't care to take the drip tip really with me if I'm going to have this in my pocket, because it is a little bit wobbly. So we don't want that to just fall out somewhere. That's kind of cool looking. Why would we want to lose that, huh? That K-Fun clone, though, is doing the job. Yeah, it's got adjustable airflow. It's got a nice big air hole in it. So if you want to do a lung hit, you can do it. Same with my 30B. You hear how airy that is? I love it. But yeah, that's not at the top of my. That's a great vape. It's okay. It's above a Cardo, but then so is a Pro Tank, and Pro Tanks are like $10 now for the original ones, right? $10, $8, something like that. You can even get the knockoff Pro Tanks for that price, and get the EVOD or Pro Tank heads and put them in there. So that's what I got. I just had a whole bunch of stuff sprawled out here, and I said, you know what? I'm going to make a video for the heck of it. I like making videos for myself. Not so much all you out there. This is an account of what do I like? Well, if I want to recommend something, I just point to a video and say, hey, do you like to do this? Do you like to rebuild your stuff? Do you want to go through a ton of juice? Not really a ton of juice. Can't even remember. Will mine vape on this? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. The light stays on. No, don't do it. Light just stays on. So that would be a no on my rebuildable on the Nautilus. On the MVP. 2 sub-ohm. Well, my buddy checked one day. I believe it was this. It's at 0.5. This is super tasty and super vapey, and that's why it's not at the top of my all-day vape. But I got that blue slushy in here right now. I had peach in there yesterday. That blue slushy is tasty stuff in here. Tastes just like I went down to the store and got me a blue slushy. And it's not that warm, so be a lot warmer if I drop the air holes down a little bit. This thing's just amazing. An amazing vape. Does that make it a quality vape? How about a high quality vape? Something that you only vape a few times and then you set it back down. Whereas my iClear 30B, be vaping that all day. Spitting and crackling away. Love it. It's got flavor. Might be the whole, I've got cotton wicked in there, so I get the flavor. Whereas the Nautilus has the silica in there. You wouldn't think it'd make that much of a difference, but it does. I had Eco Wool in my rebuildable the other day, and flavor was alright. Wasn't too bad. It wasn't too muted down, but it wasn't holding enough juice for me. It's a dripper. I get that. You watch those guys on the videos and they drip, 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 and vape 3 pulls, and then they drip, drip, drip. I want to drip, and then I just want to vape for a little while, and then I'll drip again later. Which I did a video last night, and that thing went almost 15 minutes on 13 drops of juice before I had to fill it up. That's pretty good. I love my Pro Tank though. It might be at the back of one of the things at the back of my box, but I know exactly what to expect out of my Pro Tank. I know that if I vape and vape and vape, I'm going to have to take a couple of primer pulls on that, or I'm going to get a dry head of cotton. I know it. I just know it. I know how long to go on that Pro Tank. I've had the Pro Tank for over a year. I know how long to go on that. This cargo tank is actually vaping pretty nice. There's just no flavor to it though, and this is a very flavorful juice. There's a little bit of the dragon fruit in there also. And that is the only thing pretty much coming out of that, is I can taste a little bit of the dragon fruit that's in there. And dragon fruit is clear. This is purple. This has my berry-rific in it with a little bit of dragon fruit. And yeah, I think that's it. Might take me a minute to remember what the hell I got in there, but eventually I remember. That's Cardo Tank, man. They're alright. I suggest a new vapor. If you're going to go the Cardo Tank route, buy a couple of different brands of Cardos and see which one works out better for you. Not all of them are made the same. They're close. Not all of them are made the same, and they definitely all don't taste the same. And find a juice that you like, because without a juice that you like, you might as well be back at the stinky farm. Just saying. So, what else you got? What do you got? Throw a video my way. I like watching videos. I was watching videos on advocacy this morning. I wanted to see what everybody else posted up for their FDA rants. So I put that up and checked out a few of those. Still don't know what they're going to do. They don't know what they're going to do. They still have, about 68 days now? Something like that. 69 days. To listen to all the comments and whatnot. You can go to Kaza. You want to sign up for Kaza. I don't know. You want to do all that? Go ahead and do all that. I'm not going to post any links. Everybody's got links. Oh, do your part, man. Do your part. You got to sign up, do this and do that. And I've never been one for 70 people telling me I should do this. You're going to keep telling me I should do this? Well, I ain't going to do it. No matter what. Hate being told what to do all the time. I realize that if you want to change, you got to make the change. But I still despise being told, you got to go do this and you got to go do that. I don't care how nice you are. I realize I just want to vape. And if I just want to vape, I'll have to go. And in fact, I've already posted mine on the FDA site. And if that's not good enough, that's too bad. I did my part. Are you going to do your part? I went to the FDA, put in all my information, put in the callback, the email address, and my little, this part of what you want is fine, and all of this part that you want is not fine. And I believe that a battery holder and a switch should be accountable for an e-cigarette. Why should it be? Add a light. It's a flashlight. Put a attachment on there. Put a fan on there. You got a little cooling fan for the summer. That can be anything you want it to be. Really. Really can be. It just so happens that mine powers a vaporizing device. Doesn't have to. It could be a flashlight. It could be a fan. You could tighten it down so far that the battery stays on and plug it in if you had a connector and run a radio off of that. You could. Would you? No. You could. So I don't believe that the device part of it should even come to play, because that could be anything. You could make that do pretty much anything you wanted it to do. It's just a battery holder and a switch, man. That's all it is. No matter if you have a $30 battery holder and switch, or if you have a $300 battery holder and switch, that's what it is. Why should that be regulated as a tobacco product? Does that look like a tobacco product? You even know what a tobacco product looks like? Do you? So, that's my little thing. And this, by itself, with nothing in it, what's that? Nothing. It's just a mason jar. Really. You don't put it on anything. Once you put it on there and fill it up, then it's really a vaping device. So, separately, they don't do anything. It's together. So, I don't know how you go about that. You say, well, if it's in a kit and it's marketed as this, then we're going to tax it. But it still doesn't fall underneath their tobacco product laws, because it's not a tobacco product. Nothing in there is tobacco, right? I'm going to rant a little bit now. Rant and vape. That's what we do, right? Got errands to run this afternoon. Not a lot of running errands. It was snowing out a minute ago. Yeah, snow. What is it? What is it now? The 29th of April, and it was snowing out a little while ago. It's been raining the last 2 days. It's supposed to rain for another 2 days. But the snow is, it's not sticking, of course, but still, come on. It's the end of April. The Nautilus. It's massive. It is. It holds like 5 mils of juice. Should last you all day. It lasts me all day, and I like to vape away. The Nautilus. Look at that big clunky thing compared to your standard Cardo tank. Standard Cardo tank. You get the bigger versions. Last you all day. So, we started with what a quality vape is. Something satisfying. Got to an FDA rant again. And, anybody really still listen to this? I don't know. You just want to vape, man. You just want to vape. Find stuff that I like and vape with it. And so far, that's probably getting the boot to the back of my box. I know people that have them. Somebody that just recently got one, and he's liking it. Good for you. If that's what you like, then that's what you like. However, if you haven't tried anything else, maybe you'll find that you would like this better. Goofy Cardo tank. Just vaping really good and has no flavor. Just gets me. It's got no flavor. Been a while since I vaped the Cardo tank. But we'll live with the cave one. The cave one's up there. If you don't mind rebuilding stuff, if you know, you can get in there and be fiddly. Be fiddly. That way you can tailor it to your own taste. You allergic to cotton? You can wick that with silica or eco wool. It's got an okay flavor. I'm gonna back the cotton train up every time over the silica and eco wool though. Ooh, we got a bit of a gurgle. I don't mind a gurgle. A gurgle means that I have juice in there, to me. So, I don't mind a gurgle one bit. What do you got? What else you got? That's pretty much what my devices are. My rebuildables are the K-Fun, the Helios, and the RSST. And then I got some tanks. I like the tanks. The one tank I liked when I got it. When I got it, I was like, oh, this is the bomb. The Vivi Nova. And then the whole, well, this kind of dries out fast, and I got to tip it all the time, and all that. Where if you take a Nautilus, or the Aspire Nova, or Pro Tank, or an iClear 30B, not the regular iClear 30, everybody that's got an iClear 30, regular one, the wicks that come down, they kind of have the same Pro Tank issues, or the little rubber piece at the top doesn't line up right, and sometimes it'll just flood out when you flip it over, or vape will get all over in the tank because the little rubber piece isn't sitting in there properly. Those are good. I like the iClear 16 better. Yeah, it's a smaller tank. It seems to really be the only visual difference. But for some reason, I don't know why, the iClear 16 standard one works better than the iClear 30 standard one. I don't know why that is, but it does. And I don't have any anymore. I got an empty tank sitting here. I got no drip tip for it. I got no wicks, no coils for it. And I got the base. And that's all I got. I don't even know why I got it still, but I do. The tip broke on me, and in the box it went. Threw the tip away, and gave out both my iClear 30 standard ones to one to my mother-in-law, one to my dad. Gave Dad my iClear 16, which he likes. He uses it all the time. It is what it is, man. What's a good vape to you? Huh? What do you want from it? What do you want from the device? Just to replace your cigarettes? I suggest you don't go out and go get a blue. I suggest you don't do that. That gets really expensive really fast. They don't last as long as they say they do on the package. And Enjoy King and Enjoy at all, same thing. It don't last as long as what they say. You go down to Walmart, I think, has their own brand down there. Doesn't last. The batteries on them are so small, and the vapor's wispy at best. It is comparable as far as the vapor to smoke ratio coming out. It's comparable almost. It's a little wispier on the electronic one. But I suggest really to go get an Ego or an Ego Twist or something. And, a little bit bigger of a battery. Doesn't even have to be a bigger battery. You can get the little tiny Ego that fits in your pocket. Throw one of these Cardos on it. And it'll last you like 4 hours of serious, vaping. And you can change the flavors out, whereas blue and all those, you have to either refill that little tiny cartridge or buy more cartridges. Those are expensive. I think I went down the one day and I said, I really want to try blue, but I don't want the whole blue kit. And I picked up just the cartridges. And I think it was like $25 or something like that for the 5-pack of cartridges. And they have a 510 connection. So I just screwed them in to my normal devices. Then I use those. And they're okay. The blue's a little bit set up a little different. The coil goes across, just like in a Pro Tank. So, not like a cartomizer, they go up and down and the airflow comes from the center of the coils. Whereas a Pro Tank or an iClear 30B, the coils sit sideways and the wicking material goes through the coils and the air goes around the coils, and that's how you get your vape. It's not that complicated, people, and there's no fire, there's no carcinogens in there. Study after study keeps showing it's not really harmful. I want to call it harm reduction. Great. I got airbags in my car. That's harm reduction too. Yay. I'll live a little longer. I just want to vape. That's all I want to do. Haven't bought a pack of Stinkies in I don't know how long anymore. Anybody that asked me lately, you want one? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Don't really want the Stinkies anymore. I never wanted to quit smoking, but it definitely is not cost effective. I can find other stuff. That's cost effective, and I'm not throwing cigarette butts on the ground or anywhere. So there's really no trash until you empty a bottle out. And then what do you do with it? You recycle it. You recycle your cotton stubs off your cigarettes? No. Unless you consider throwing them on the ground. Recycling them. Birds pick them up, whatever, use a nest out of them. A nest of cigarette butts. It's got to be a nice stinky nest, huh? Who wouldn't want to visit that bird? Said before, my kids are around. They know not to touch this. I want to say, well, more kids are getting into vaping. That's because it's more available to them. The more people that buy something and have something for themselves, there's always that passerby, and yeah, I'm going to call the kids passerbyers, and they're going to be like, ooh, what's that? I've seen that person do this. Ooh, that's good. Well, yeah, now, just by doing that, you go, well, there's another kid that's tried vaping. Yeah, are they going to be doing it all the time? Probably not. Common sense isn't common, right? Common sense isn't common. That should be posted somewhere. Really should. Video went way longer than I thought it would, or should have. It's a good chance that there's nobody still watching this. It's alright, I only get a couple views anyhow. Like I've said, these are more for me than they are for you. And take that however you want to take it. I don't make videos for everybody to like and share and everything else. Yeah, if you find something interesting on there, you go right ahead. I don't care. But it's more for me. I'll tell you what I think of stuff, but really I'm telling me what I think of stuff. In case I get Alzheimer's or something, then I can go back. But hey, that's me. What did I say about this? Awesome. Let's watch it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you get it. I'm not about people. I'm about the me. Yeah, selfish of me. I know. So, that's me. Do you know me? No, you don't know me. Do what I do. Everybody gets so worried about, well, I want to make a video, but nobody's going to like me. So, make the video anyhow. Just do it. I didn't care. Do what you got to do. Do what you want to do. It's not really what you got to do. It's what you want to do. Do you want to go to the FDA site and type out a whole bunch of stuff about what you don't like about their 240-page thing they want to do with e-cigarettes, go ahead. I did for the hell of it. I ain't doing nothing. I sit here and make a damn hour video. I might as well go on there. And you want to join Kaza? Go ahead, join Kaza. According to everybody, it doesn't cost you anything. I wouldn't know. I have them on my Facebook. See the call to actions, whatever else. They're on there. I know where to find the information if I want it, I guess. Took me a while to find that 240-page FDA thing, though, the other day, man. I must have went to like 15 different sites before somebody finally had a link to, here it is. And, yeah, I read it. I don't read very often. I read it. I got the gist of it. Basically says Big Tobacco's kicking us in the ass and wants us to somehow figure out a way to cut the sales down on these because we're dipping into their money, and they don't like that. So, with the backing of Big Tobacco, we're gonna come after you guys and make you jump through these 72 hoops in order for you to keep your products in your stores. That's basically what it says. It's not really about keeping them away from kids. That's a given. We all know that one. But it's not about that. They want to say it is, but it's not. It's not about keeping it away from kids. We can keep cherry-flavored vodka away from kids. It's called you put it in a liquor store, and the people that go in a liquor store have to be 21 and over. Well, there you go. You want to walk into a vape shop? Let me see your ID. Right? Why is that so difficult? That's not difficult. We can do that, right? Here's my ID. I'm 18. That's not hard. You want to have a 6-year-old walking in and say, I want that cherry flavor. No, that doesn't happen. So that's not the issue. Vapey McVapertons, I tell you. I guess I'm done. Ain't nobody watching the end of this anyhow, right? If you watch the end of this, post supercalifragilisticexpialidocious in the comments if you got all the way to the end of this video. But I doubt anybody's going to put down supercalifragilisticexpialidocious at the end of the video. And if you do, will you spell it right? Will you? Just saying. Alright. Well, you all have a vapey day. Y'all have fun now. Because I know I will.